Born to hunt like a pack of loyal hounds, the Baskerville children were ruthless assassins, leaving a trail of countless lives in their wake. Among them Vikier, the shunned illegitimate son, served his family faithfully only to meet a tragic end at his father's hands. But fate has granted him a second chance at life, and now, reborn with the wisdom of his past, Vikier is determined to break free from the pack and exact his revenge. Brace yourself for a tale of redemption, as Vikier is ready to sink his teeth into the hand that once controlled him. Join him on this gripping journey, subscribe, and let's unravel the story of Vikier's vengeance together. The family stands prominently among the 7 noble houses of the vast Rock Empire, and Hugo is an esteemed member of this distinguished lineage. Renowned for his exploits in driving barbarians far from the borders, he bears the revered title of the strongest sword saint. His hands are said to bear the blood of hundreds of conquered monsters, a testament to his formidable prowess. Known for his resolute decisions, once Hugo sets his mind, there is no swaying him, earning him the moniker of the man with the iron blood. However, the sands of time have ushered in change, and as the years advance, Hugo's emotions have started to sway. This transformation becomes palpable in the subtle nuances of his expressions, especially when Penelope gracefully maneuvers herself around Vikier, eliciting a trace of concern reminiscent of distant thunder. The shift is notable as Vikier, his son, confronts him, pleading for leniency towards the girl. Vikier takes the opportunity to reveal that he was the one who brought her here, recognizing her from her distinctive red eyes and assuming she belonged to their family. However, once Vikier got a close look, he realized that the girl was from the tribes near the border. Hugo takes a deep sigh and acknowledges his mistake in deeming the child Penelope. Furthermore, he recalls that if alive, Penelope would not have been that young. With this, Hugo takes his leave, heading to his room to sleep with his face covered in his hands. Vikier smirks at his emotional distress and contemplates that there is no way Hugo, with the soul of a swordsman, can be shaken up this easily. This means that there is something he needs to uncover. However, before leaving, he turns to Vikier, asking him to attend the banquet tomorrow. Our hero contemplates if his father is referring to the dinner where only a few of the closest descendants of the house are gathered. The dinner is a dream for all the Baskerville family to attend. Naturally, Vikier replies to his father, hoping to see him at the dinner tomorrow. However, before leaving, Vikier's eyes are still fixed on the girl in his butler's lap. Vikier has spent his last days in the forest, and now this hot shower with a calm and cozy bed has begun to feel much foreign to him. Therefore, Vikier leaves his bed and prefers to sleep on the floor. He contemplates if it's the effect of giving his last 2 years to the forest among the Balak warriors. He doubts if his body will get used to this living anytime soon. Before he can dive deep into the night's sleep, Hugo's reaction from today crosses his mind. His thoughts linger between the question of whether he should inform Hugo regarding the Palmerian and pendant, or rather skip it. Although he had already made up his mind to discuss the matter with Hugo following tomorrow's banquet, Vikier senses that Palmerian can be his trump card in this quest, hoping that it will turn out to be vital for Hugo's fall. However, in any case, he vows not to get Palmerian affected in this matter and closes his eyes for a peaceful sleep. In the middle of the night, the window opens up with the curtains dancing to the rhymes of winds. An ominous figure stands before the window. Meanwhile, Vikier, blessed with senses as sharp as a katana, opens his eyes. The assassin unsheathes his sword, ready to slash the figure lying into pieces. Agonized by the murder attempt, Vikier instantly gets out of his bed and lashes at the assassin, smashing it with a precise kick. His swift kick sends the sword smashing into the wall, leaving the assassin puzzled. The girl in the mask begins clarifying that she was joking with Vikier. However, Vikier, gazing at her with an agonizing glance, reminds her not to come unannounced, or he could have gotten the better of her. Meanwhile, the girl rather smiles back at Vikier, saying that Vikier follows this strange habit of disguising his pillow as himself. She then begins to take off her mask, commenting that Vikier has not changed a bit from what he used to be, despite returning from the dead. With her mask removed, the girl dons a beautiful smile, asking about Vikier's well-being. Unpleased by her arrival, Vikier rebukes her, asking her not to create a scene. He then goes on to question her about the information he had asked from her, and the girl pulls out a document before Vikier. Stunned by the services and the place she pulled out the document from, Vikier remarks that her personality has changed a lot. Thus, she should bring the reports in some folder rather than hiding them in no-go areas. However, as a reward for her efforts, Vikier proposes to her to join in the trade with Niles. The girl happily jumps on the proposal and satirically inquires if she needs to call him boss from this point onwards. The document turns out to be information regarding the guests who are attending the banquet tomorrow. Vikier knew beforehand that he would surely be invited since he had a great achievement backing him for the banquet. He begins to read the invitation where Hugo has called for all the direct descendants from the single mother, illegitimate children, and collateral bloodline. Realizing that he does not need to read out the information about Hugo, he then moves to the list of guests attending the banquet. He is taken aback upon finding certain names in the list: Boston Terrier, the commander of the Pitbull Order, and Great Dane, the command of the Mastiff Order. He is intrigued by their presence in this banquet, knowing that they usually skip in-house events. She adds that it could be possible that they are here to see Vikier, who came back from the dead. And maybe they intend to drag Vikier into their own orders. Going through the list, Vikier fears that tomorrow will bring a pretty tiring and exhausting experience for him. Meanwhile, his gaze suddenly fixes on one name. Osiris is also attending the banquet. He is the eldest son of the house, growing up to become the spitting image of his father Hugo, ever since his childhood. It does not end here. Osiris' swordsmanship is already at the level of the 7 counts. Not to forget, Osiris has been evaluated to reach the level of Swordsmaster soon. In his previous life, Vikier had encountered Osiris only a handful of times, and those encounters had left him with a less than favorable impression. Osiris was known for his reserved nature, rarely greeting his subordinates or younger siblings. The rumors touted Osiris as the second strongest in the Baskerville clan, trailing only behind his father and the 7 counts. Vikier, however, couldn't help but question this claim, pondering whether he himself might surpass Osiris in strength. Ignoring the banter about their fighting prowess, Vikier redirects the conversation by expressing intrigue over an unfamiliar name on the banquet list: Settle Baskerville. He speculates whether Settle is engaged in isolation training, questioning the purpose of his attendance given his lack of prowess in swordsmanship. Settle, unlike his brothers, possesses a gentle and kind demeanor, a stark contrast to the cold-hearted Baskerville family. Vikier recalls Settle's childhood, marked by persecution for his perceived weakness. Settle stood apart as the sole mourner for the hounds that lost their lives. As Vikier sifts through the intriguing names on the list, the girl accompanying him queries his swift perusal. Vikier responds by stating that he is already familiar with most of the names, confident that the upcoming day will unfold with myriad interesting encounters. Anticipating the intriguing events to come, Vikier envisions a day filled with captivating revelations and unexpected developments.